extra time.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.
I think understanding what my strong shots are to be able to hit those the sixes allows me to keep a cool head and play the right ball to hit it for six, as opposed to just trying to hit everything for six. So
2 घंटे में delivery, wish you a speedy recovery. कोई भी दवा अब नहीं करो miss. दवाई चाहिए ASAP तो बस एक
Apollo 24/7 डिलीवर करे आपकी पूरी प्रिस्क्रिप्शन सिर्फ 2 घंटों में.
Can you tell us how long you've sort of been on the road now playing T20 cricket effectively and how you've been going?
I've been on the road since May, actually, so it's been a long trip away. Got my partner here with me as well, though, so that's made it a little bit easier. And as with all the bubble sort of situations, having someone that you know in it definitely helps. And going about the different forms, having the 100, the Vitality Blast. I played a couple of 4-day games for Gloucester as well, so had a bit of everything, and it's been a really good experience. And learning to be able to adjust to different pitches and different conditions has been key to ideally coming into this World Cup and hopefully performing.
Yeah, how exciting is the prospect of you playing, in your first senior World Cup like this? On the big world stage with the BlackCaps.
Oh, obviously it's a dream for every kid that wants to be a professional cricketer to play in a World Cup, and whether it's the T20 World Cup, the Test Championship, or the One Day World Cup, it's always an absolute privilege to play in it. So I'm going to relish this first one, and hopefully there's plenty of memories to take out of it.
And just lastly from me, what have you got out of the last couple of weeks here with Rajasthan and getting, I think both your games are in Sharjah maybe. What have you managed to sort of learn from the conditions and whatnot so far?
I definitely think Sharjah is going to be a tough wicket. It's not the Sharjah that everybody's heard of old. So I think the way we go about our cricket there is going to be key. And I think taking a more positive approach and looking down the ground, keeping things straight, and especially with the pitch keeping a little bit low, that'll be key, especially in our opening game against Pakistan. So in conditions that would probably favour them. So if we can work out a way to combat that, I think that'll put us in good stead. And having a lot of the other guys in the IPL training in these conditions as well, we'll all have a bit of knowledge to put into the pot and hopefully come out with the win there.
Yeah, a great, obviously, bit of a breakout home summer on the T20 front, really. And what's the key to being able to find that or somewhere near that sort of form when it really counts at a big pinnacle event like this one coming up? Clearly different conditions, etc. But yeah, being able to unlock some secrets.
I think, to be fair, the main cause of the success is actually the team environment. When the coaching staff and the players all believe in what you can do personally, whether it comes off or not, you understand that it's not necessarily just a one-off thing. And when it comes to pressure situations, if the team back you and the coaches back you to play the way that you need to play and the communication has been clear, there's no reason why we shouldn't, any of us, not just me personally, be able to go out and perform with as much freedom as possible. And I think when you're as free as you possibly can be, that's when the success comes more often than not. And especially in tough conditions such as these, having the confidence to be able to take a bowler on or talk with your partner and say, I'm going to reverse sweep from this ball, or I'm going to take this guy down for a big over, even if you're under pressure. I think that is the biggest key for our success so far in this last summer. And if we can bring that into the World Cup, I think it's going to put us in some seriously good stead.
Hey, JP. Liam Livingston is hot on your heels in terms of being the top 6-hitter in T20 cricket, but you're still now the top. So how do you sort of unlock that monster 6-hitter in you over the recent times?
In the end, I think being in the gym has had a lot to do with it. I definitely put on some weight and started throwing a bit more tin around so that when it came to batting in the middle, if I did need to take it deeper, I could. But I always knew that I could catch up and clear the rope if I had to. And I think understanding what my strong shots are to be able to hit those the sixes allows me to keep a cool head and play the right ball to hit it for six, as opposed to just trying to hit everything for six. So I think it's a combination of working hard in the gym as well as understanding my game and what my strengths are, and understanding the line and lengths that I'm looking for in order to be able to hit the maximum. So, and Liam is an incredible ball striker. So he's always going to be a tough one to keep off my heels. And with the World Cup coming up and a couple of matches left in the year still, it's going to be a tough chase to see who finishes on top there.
You mentioned sort of getting a read on sort of the venues in the UAE through watching the IPL. What is your assessment of the different venues? Is there much variation between what they have to offer?
I definitely think so. As I said, Sharjah has definitely been lower and slower than it has been in the past. And not that that's an issue as such. It's just going to come down to who plays smarter or necessarily who takes the game on more with a bit more bravery. And I think the side that we have has the capability to do that, regardless of whether we're playing a subcontinent side or whether we were to play someone like Australia. It doesn't really matter who you play. If you've got that sort of mentality, then on pitches like that, you can definitely come out on top. But then Abu Dhabi and Dubai have definitely been the nicer of the two tracks. Getting to make my IPL debut in Abu Dhabi was an absolute dream. And then followed by two tough ones, but that's such the way cookie crumbles sometimes. And Dubai has been a little bit slow, but still definitely plenty of runs to be had out there, and there's enough in it for the bowlers if bowlers bowl well.
Extra time! Extra time!